Hi there, my name is Annette, and I'm a first grade teacher, and I just wanted to share with you how my skills block lesson is set up in my skills block time. I noticed there were a lot of questions about that, and that was something that was the most difficult for me when I first started teaching first grade at the beginning of the year. So now that it's almost the end of the year, I just want to share with you how I do it, and it might help you think of some ways to think outside the box. Um, so I always create daily slides. Um, every week I just copy and paste my daily slides from the week before and then change them and work on them throughout the week. You can see Friday's purple, Thursday's blue, Wednesday's green, Tuesday's yellow, Monday's red. So the first thing we do every morning is a warm up. And the first part of our warm up that we do at our school is called Haggerty. And I think that I have the kindergarten Haggerty, but it's a phonological awareness um, kind of warm up that we do each day. And I'll just show you what that looks like. Our school had purchased the books. But this is kind of an example. It's something that you can check out if you're interested, and it really helps your kids get ready for dibbles and do a lot better on things like that. And also, we're just learning through our science of reading training that phonemic awareness is really, really important. So, um, that's the first thing we do, and we go through this pretty quickly. There's a front and a back side of the pages that we do, and we go through that um, as fast as I can. Sorry, I have some random stuff. So after we do our Haggerty for about 5 minutes, if we have time, depending how long our morning meeting was, we will do a warm up. And I kind of spend a different amount of time on this every day because I want to make sure we get our skills block lesson started right at 8:15. So this is just our sounds. We go through our sounds and we say I, E, E, A, O, and we have all the sounds, and then this is kind of inspired by Orton Gillingham. Then we have blending, and the kids say R, star, R, far, fur, fur. So we do our blending, and then we do our red words that we have been. So I get those. I usually add in the new ones from this document. Um, so for this week, I would add in our new high frequency words are come, himself, and together. So I would add those into that warm up slide. Again, sometimes we do it quickly, sometimes we spend more time on it. It depends kind of what they need. So that's part 2 of our skills block. So all of this, we try to keep it quick and have good pacing. And then after that, we go into our skills block lesson. So I have a slide for that. And our skills block lesson this week is lesson 126. So when I'm creating my slide, I insert the link to that lesson. And our school uses the ILC platform. So I just insert this link to lesson 126 so that tomorrow morning it's Sunday, by the way. I don't do this every night. I do it all on Sunday for the week. And then I copy and paste the learning target. Then the way that I manage my students who are way above grade level is the whole group does this skills block lesson together. We all sit at the carpet for this skills block lesson, and they usually have a little whiteboard and a marker so they can write down any words or spellings or sorting that we're doing during the lesson. And then immediately when we finish, my group that's above grade level, my crocodiles, they go and watch the video that corresponds to the lesson that they are working at in second grade. So I use this document, which I will link in the comments, and I grab the link to their video, which for Monday will be lesson 126, and I just put it in this QR code generator, and then I use the snipping tool and just put that down here in the slide. I do, Monday would be 126, Tuesday would be 127, so I'd create a link for that and put that on Tuesday. So as soon as they finish, as soon as the whole group finishes our skills block lesson together, my crocodile group goes and grabs their iPads and they come up and scan this code, and they take with them their iPad, headphones, a mini dry erase board, and a dry erase marker and an eraser, and they work through the video for that lesson. So all the videos from K through 2 are here. I don't have each group that's on a different cycle scan the code. Only my group that's working way above grade level, because they have shown that they're ready to do that and work independently on that, and they're really easygoing and responsible. So they just scan their code, watch their video, and then they go into their work time. And I'll show you how my work time is organized. So this usually takes the skills block lesson usually takes us about, I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes, and then we go into our work times. This is my schedule for our work times. So I blanked out their names. From 8:35 to 9:15, I have a teacher's assistant working with my pigeons group, and so they go to her. And I have from 8:35 to 8:50, my caterpillars group works with me every day. They're my group with they need the most support. And then from 8:55 to 9:15, I work with my crocodiles on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And on Tuesday and Thursday, I work with my cats. My crocodiles are that group that's way above grade level, and my cats are my group that's right on grade level. They're working right on the cycle for grade 1. So the reason I meet with them only twice is because they're actually getting exactly what they need in the cycle lesson. So I work with them twice a week on teacher directed stuff. So this is what I could print this and put it in a sheet protector in their basket. It just tells them what they're doing. Sorry if the times are wrong. I've just been working on this a little bit today, but so this group knows they go to Ms. Johnson first, and then they can work on Book Creator. And this group knows that they work on Book Creator first, and on Monday they work on their folder. Tuesday they come to me. Wednesday they work on their folder. Thursday they come to me, and on Friday they'll partner read because their folder should be done by then. But if not, they can finish their folder. So let me show you where I get the stuff to put in their folders and how I can plan for 4 different groups, and it won't take all of our time. Because I was taking so much time planning. So this is how I kind of dealt with that. First of all, I use this. It says Byram Working Copy K2L Skills by Cycle. If you want this document, just make a copy on your own so that you can keep track of where your groups are. So with the first few weeks of school, we did the benchmark assessment, and that helped me to group my kids. And it also had a corresponding cycle for each group. So I started them at those cycles. You can find all of that in the EL benchmark. And also, I do have something that I use from TPT, and I got these reading assessments from TPT, and they're the same as the EL benchmark. And it has a conversion chart, which is fabulous. So once you get their beginning, like where they are from the benchmark, you can put them into a cycle. So that's how I figured out where each group would begin working for the year. Then I use this working copy of ELSE Skills by Cycle to keep track of which group is where. So in the beginning, it was like my caterpillars were here at cycle 1. But every week when I plan, I move their little caterpillar down 1 so that I can remember, because I can't memorize what cycle they're on. So my caterpillars are on kindergarten cycle 24. And as I scroll down, my pigeons are on cycle 19 of first grade, because first grade is yellow. And my cats are on cycle 25 of first grade. And my crocodiles are working on cycle, actually, they have worked up to cycle 26 of second grade. So I need to move them. Sorry, that was on the wrong cycle. But yeah, this is how I keep it straight where they're working. Okay, so that's just for me to remember. I know I could probably keep track of it on here, but I'm not ready to do that because this is just how I've done it this year. So that's my reason for that. Okay, so that's how I remember what cycle they're working on. Then so when I'm planning, I open up this EL Skills by Cycle, and then I open up K2 Skills Block Cycle Plans. And on Friday afternoon during my planning, I print all their materials. So I start with caterpillars, cycle 24 for kindergarten. So I scroll to cycle 24 for kindergarten. And I click on cycle 24 Skills Block Independent Activities. And then I don't print the first colored page. I just print page 2 through whatever is the end. So 2 through 9. So I would do file, print. I'm usually at school when I do this. Then I would save that or whatever your computer makes you do. And then I would print pages 2 through 9. I don't do back to back because they need to cut on these pages, on these 3 pages, and they need to cut here. So I do one-sided. I would print page 2 through 9, and I would print 3 copies of that because I have 3 students in that group. And then I close it. I always do this in the same order so that I make sure I print the right amount. All right, my next group, the pigeons, has 4 students in it, and they're working on cycle 19 of first grade. So I come back here, and I go to grade 1, cycle 19, and I open up the independent activities. And I would print pages 2 through 7, and I would print 4 copies. So within each independent activities, there is a copy of their decodable book, and we have it on one page. Our facilitator explained to us that it's good to flip through the book physically. That's great for them. They need to be doing that, but also it's good to get them used to reading line by line. This format is good for listening to them for fluency. So they're not worried about turning the pages and just getting used to going down and to the left at the end of each line. There are comprehension questions. There will be some sort of sort. Either this is a words their way sort, or if there was not a words their way sort that corresponded with the spelling pattern that week, I just created some sort of sort. There's a sight word page for each cycle. So these are the sight words for cycle 19, grade 1. And then there's a page of either like YouTube videos that correspond with that spelling pattern to kind of solidify that with them, or there are books to read from Epic. Some of them are books to read from the Recipe for Reading books. And then sometimes there are wordwall.net games for them to play. My kids really like this page. They kind of do it last and they really enjoy working through that. And they just put a check mark after they've done that. So that's what's included in each independent activities. So I would print 4 copies of this for the pigeon group and close that. And then I scroll down to my cats group. They're on cycle 25 of grade 1. So I would go here, print the independent activities for them. So that would be printing pages 2 through 6. And I have 4 students, so I would print 4 copies of that. And then I go back to my working copy and I would go to print cycle 26 of grade 2 for my crocodiles, and I have 7 of them. So I print 7 copies of pages 2 through 6. Let's see, some of these weren't. So this one I did a cut and paste of the US and OUS words because I wanted them to do something that was a little bit more meaning focused. So fitting the word into the sentence to make it make sense. Instead of just sorting by US and OUS. So that's how I print off my folder materials. It's really easy. And then I go to the printer, I get my big chunk of work, and I just take the first, I just put it in each folder. And I also, at that point, if anything in the folder is not done, I staple it together and write, please finish at home, and put that in a pile to send home. Then, let's see. I also assign each group a book creator book to work on. Book creator is a large chunk of what they work on during our skills block time. And that's also included. That's also on you can get to that book creator book from the independent activities for each cycle. So you click on this book creator book and it will open up the page where you can find all of the book creator books. So for this, they made the kindergarten pink, first grade blue, second grade yellow. And I assigned that to them. I made a separate video on assigning that. So you can see all my crocodiles have their books. These are the books that they've done. They kind of have gone really creative throughout the year on the front covers. So they work on that also. And they work on that for quite some time every day. And then, so let's see, cats will work on their book creator on Monday, and then they'll go to their folder. They'll work on their book creator on Tuesday, and then they'll come and see me. And they'll work on their book creator on Wednesday, and then they'll go to their folder. So that's just kind of how I structure my skills block time, and it works for us. And I don't know if it'll work exactly the same for me next year with a different class, but having to juggle 4 groups this year, this is just the best. This is just kind of what I've arrived at throughout the year. I think the thing that has given us the most growth is probably using this Haggerty for my kids who are needing the most support. I think I closed it for my kids who need the most support, the Haggerty has made the biggest difference. And for my kids who are way above grade level, I think that allowing them to do the second grade video has been the most, has leveraged the most growth for them, and having that extra responsibility. And they have really like come up to that challenge. I'm really proud of them. So that's just how I do it. I'm sorry that this video got a little bit long. I'm sorry if I went a little bit fast, but I was like, my mind was blown at the beginning of the year. I just was unsure where to start. And so this is kind of like evolved throughout the year. So